Hey, it's Lynne Brown. I'm a speaker, trainer, and coach with the John Maxwell team and a teaching partner with Empowered Living. And honestly, y'all, I spent the first half of my life people pleasing. And then in my spare time, I was literally trapped by the opinions of other people. It was more like living in a mental prison. And then one day I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I don't know if you've ever experienced that before, but I just decided to bet on myself for the first time. And I took a step in the direction of my dreams. And honestly, I didn't know the whole path. I didn't know how I was going to get to where I was going, but I knew why I wanted to get there. And it was that day that truly things began to change. And it was later that I found that quote from Wayne Dyer that said, when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at changed. And that truly has been happening to me. And I say has been happening because every day is just like a new adventure for me. Today is no different. I've shared with y'all before that, 10 years ago, I just dreamed about being a world changer. I would say that was my goal and that's what I wanted to do in my life, but I was just hitting the lid and there was nothing happening. And then when I took that step, things began to open up. And now today, this is confirmation of just my purpose, and it can happen for you just the same way. But today I want to introduce to you our guest for today's show, my friend Loubna. She's from the Netherlands, and that is just so exciting to me. So I'm going to turn it over to her. Loubna, welcome to the Gritty Women Global Podcast. We are super excited to have you today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Lynn, thank you for having me.
Oh, we are so excited that you're here. Talk to us. What are you so excited about today? What are you passionate about? What's going on with you?
Oh, those are three questions that are each one of them I can talk about hours. But
good.
Right, cool. Let me start with something that I am really passionate about. Now, I used to have a job. I'm an entrepreneur now. And one of the things that I've seen, and I still see it, is that a lot of people are struggling. They are stuck, frustrated, struggling. And I don't know if you've ever experienced this whenever you're listening to this episode, but when you see someone and you see their potential, you're thinking, oh, come on, you can do way more than you're doing right now, but they're not doing anything. Well, I had that about hundreds of times. And I thought, okay, come on, people, if I can do it, so can you. So I'm really passionate about supporting people into stepping into their potential, in being that person that only they can be. And one of the ways that what's the word I want to use? Well, one of the ways that I tap into people or give other people a chance to get to know me is to collaborate in books. And the most recent, and that's the one I'm excited about, because literally a couple of weeks ago, we launched my newest book, which is number 4 in the sequence. And that book was all... Yeah. Especially if you had told me 3 years ago that I would be an author, I would have laughed in your face, because I had told myself that I'm a speaker. That's what I love to do. I love to talk. But sitting still and writing something, what would I write about, for God's sake? Well, fast forward, I'm a 4 times book and a 3 times international best-selling author. So don't believe everything you say to yourself. And one of the reasons that I'm really excited about this book is that the vision behind the book. Because in the midst of this global pandemic, a lot of people are struggling, and even more now than ever before. And when Sammy Blundell, the person that created this book, said, I want to be able to support entrepreneurs and small business owners that are absolutely struggling with something that they can take away and take action on immediately. And so he said, so I want to publish a book. And I thought, okay, cool. I've done that before, but it usually takes 3 months, up to 8 months. And she said, you have 7 days to submit your chapter. Now let that sink in. You have 7 days to submit your chapter. Now, I don't know about you, but in my mind, it went, are you flipping kidding me? 7 days? This takes usually 3 months. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I did it in 7 days. And not even that. Are you back?
Yes.
Oh, you
Are you
froze a
there?
little bit.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to pick up where I was. So we went from asked as an author to submitting a chapter in 7 days. 2 days later, we launched the book, the Kindle version. So just let that sink. From idea to launch in 10 days. We became international best-selling author within 6 hours.
Wow.
So that shattered a couple of beliefs, to be fair.
I would say so. And what an encouragement to all of you listening today. Did you hear this? It went from 7 days to 10 days in 6 hours, becoming just international best-selling author. Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. So very good stuff, especially because but we went from the very first thing that I thought was, okay, what am I going to write about? Because I know that as soon as I know what I want to write about, then I can write fast. I mean, I wrote this chapter in about 90 minutes as soon as I knew what to write about. So that took 6 out of 7 days, was because I was going around, what am I going to write about? What's going to be a great story to really support these struggling entrepreneurs and business owners? Because you can't be do this or do that, because they're struggling. They're in a place where they might not be motivated, where they're thinking, okay, my business is over, I have to go back to a job, or they don't have a clue, because everything was shattered for them. And after a couple of conversations with different people, there was one story that came back multiple times that I'm really passionate about. And that is, and if you've ever been young, which most of us have been, then whatever you get told by your parents or those that have raised you, becomes a belief, and becomes a set of beliefs, and becomes a belief system. Now, in my case, it was my father that during a conversation said, if you want to achieve anything in life, you need to work hard. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, he added a sentence and said, you have to work twice as hard, because you're a minority in this country, which is the Netherlands. So you have to prove yourself, because you're different. You're not like the rest. And that's literally what I did for years and years to come, until I got a glimpse into my future, because one of the deputy directors of the job that I was working at the time got a burnout, and she has the same characteristics as I am: passionate, work ethic. I mean, we spent nights together working on projects. And I thought, if it could happen to you, and we are similar in that respect, it can happen to me. And I vowed to never let that happen to me. And that spurred me on a discovery to finding out how you can achieve what you want to achieve. That still has not changed. I have a high ambition level, but do it in a fun way, in a relaxed way, without burning yourself out.
Wow. That is, what a great lesson, just because that could have gone either way for you. But I know you've been so grateful for that moment. That was probably a turning point for you, just the insight you gained from being in that work environment. And
Almost
wow,
definitely. Yeah. Sorry.
What would you say to people that are experiencing burnout right now, even in this uncertainty that everyone's facing with, a lot of their employment and everything? They're still feeling a stress, and they might even be burned out from worry. But what is one thing that they could do to, kind of add value to themselves, or to operate in some self-care? What is one thing that you did to make sure you made it fun, and make sure that didn't happen to you?
Yeah. Well, the very first step is audit your belief system, because I can guarantee you there are a couple of things that you believe in that are keeping you in the situation that you are in. And they will keep you there unless you do an audit on your belief system, because we have to change those beliefs. Just like I had to change the belief of working hard, working twice as hard. It didn't change for me until I really thought, okay, I have to change that one into something that is better for me, better for my health, better for my environment. And I changed it into, I only want to do something that I enjoy doing.
Wow. That's so important, because so many people that I talk to, that's one of the first things they say is, this really isn't, I'm not excited in the morning when I wake up. Because I always ask, like, do you have to hit your snooze on your alarm, or like, do you just jump out of the bed? Most people don't jump out of the bed. And I do. I mean, honestly, I can't wait to wake up in the morning. I don't know. I just look forward to it. And because I just know every day is going to be, a new adventure. Now, it's not perfect every day. I mean, I have my 2x4 moments when I get smacked upside the head, but, we just have to encourage, continue and model for people so that they know that they can too. Like you said, take an audit of their limiting beliefs. And so many people, I wasn't aware of it. And even through this pandemic and through this, we're experiencing, a lot of tension and, racial, just distress in our country and even around the world. And even through that, I've been awakened in some areas that I was not even aware, because I love your term, audit. I've been auditing my beliefs, and some of them were hidden and I didn't even know that they were there.
Yeah, but that's the case. I mean, they've been instilled at us in the very first 7 to 10 to maybe 15 years, and we took them on. And because it's been so long ago, you're not even aware of them. You have no idea. And some of them are empowering, are making sure that you can do whatever you would like at this moment in time. But there are also some that are holding you back. And in my experience, with everyone that says I'm stuck or I'm frustrated, it's about something that they choose to believe and keep on believing that they're not aware of. And that's the reason I use audit, because you really have to sit still and reflect and really think about, what do I really believe about myself, about my goals, about how I show up in the world? And are those beliefs empowering me, or are they hindering me?
That's awesome. Are my beliefs empowering me? Are they limiting, holding me back? I think that would be a great thing for everyone to do. I mean, and it's so funny because so many people, will talk about the simple things that we can do, but the simple things to do are not always the easiest, and some people knowing and doing is two different things. But I don't know if it's true for you as it has been for me, but when I did that, that's when things began to change. Up until that time, I was getting the same results, which were not very good. So it just depends on how, what your why is, and really why you want to step into that success and significance,
Yeah, no, very true. I mean, it did change for me when I replaced the belief from working hard or twice as hard to, I want to have fun while working, while doing something that gives me fulfillment. And if you really hone into that, you'll set your brain into seeking mode, into, okay, we're going to look for something. I mean, I've read books on personal development, on behavioral change. I went to conferences, I've watched videos, I've done courses, you name it, I've done it. And I've experimented with each and everything that I learned or read about, because I wanted to find out, does it work for me? Might have worked for the person that I'm learning this from, but does it work for me, or how can I make it work for me? And it fast forward many years, and I got into a situation where other people, whether they be my colleagues, managers, clients, whatever you want to call, kept saying to me, you only do what you enjoy doing. Now, bearing in mind, up to that point, it's so normal to me that I was like confused. Why are you saying that? Everyone does that, having no clue that it's very rare to be able to do what you only do what you enjoy doing.
That's right.
And it took me quite a few, I think about 30 people to say that to me during a period of time. I thought, okay, there's something there, because these people are almost admiring me like it's not normal.
Yeah.
And I found out it's not normal. And they were looking at me and thinking, oh my God, I want that too. And that spurred me into, okay, apparently I'm a role model for this. People look at me and think, oh my God, I want that too. What if I step into that and really teach others how to find out how I did it? Because it was absolutely unconscious mastery on my part. So I really dived deep into, okay, how did I do it? What works for me? How do I think? How do I behave? What are my consistent actions on a day-to-day basis? And turn that into a system, a process that I can teach other people who say, I also want to do what I enjoy doing most of the time.
Wow. That is just brilliant and so relevant and just so timely today for where we are in our world, because we're, it's like the playing fields of life have been leveled, and it's a reset for everybody. And not everybody's going to take the step, and not everybody's going to take advantage of it. But the ones who truly are ready to do the things that it takes to manifest this in your life, in their lives, they will do it. And I think it's so important, who you surround yourself with. And it's just like, even we're talking today on this podcast as a result of, someone that, poured value into me and linked me to this, collaboration page. I didn't know anything about it. And, just that simple act of kindness and adding value to me opened up my world, to meet you. And, we've just had this instant connection today. I know that we'll be talking again, and we're going to stay connected. And, I have a lot of things in my brain that are rolling out to do to impact women. And I just have this feeling you'll be a part of it. I love your heart to serve. I love, just your energy and just, your compassion. It's just joy is just all over you. And it comes through, your voice, and you can see that you truly, live an authentic life that is filled with just, authenticity and joy. Just, you're having a blast.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so amazing to hear that from someone, because I've thought about how I want to show up in the world, and it's amazing to hear that back, that I'm that authentic in everything, that what I say and how I show up is in full alignment, because integrity and authenticity is really important to me. So thank you for sharing that and giving that back to me.
Yeah, it's just so clear, just like we were in the same room, just face to face. That's what's so amazing. We are gifted to be able to have these connections that can empower and equip people, all over the world. And so tell people how, tell us about, your latest book. Tell us the name of it. Tell people how to connect with you, so we can get you some people connected to your websites and all your social media.
Yeah. Well, the easiest way to connect with me is either find me on Facebook, because I have a Facebook page with my name, so you don't have to look for any weird names. It's just my first and last name, which you'll find in the description with this podcast, and or LinkedIn. Those are the two platforms that you can find me easily. I'm very active on both of them. So follow me there, send me a message, and we'll connect from there. And the book, you asked about the book. Yeah, the newest book is The Law of Brand Attraction. And we both have the Kindle as well as the paperback available. It is 24 entrepreneurs came together, and each one of us shares a story and a very specific either exercise or activity to do to get you into action quickly. And what we've done, specifically in this book, is we've also added our contact details. So if you find yourself stuck, frustrated, and in needing of support, contact us. We're there. We are open to supporting you in any way, shape, and form that each and every one of us can. And if you order the book through thelawofbrandattraction.com, you get, as a bonus, be added to the community of other readers and all of the authors, so you can connect with us even more intimately than sending us a message.
Wow, that is so awesome. Well, that is cool. We'll make sure we add that in the bio also when we push this podcast out. And so I just, in closing, I know we connected because you said, yeah, I'd love to be a guest on the podcast, the Gritty Women podcast. And gritty, we know, the G stands for gratitude, the R is for resilience, the I is inspire, the two T's are think tough, and Y is you do you. So which part of gritty resonates with you the most?
Can I say all of it?
Yes.
Because
Yes, you can.
honestly,
that is great.
Honestly, I love the word gritty, as in have grit.
Yes.
Which is passion and perseverance. I love the word. I love that it's an acronym because each letter resonates with me in full alignment. It's all the things that I stand for also. So yeah, I couldn't choose. You have to force me, and even then I would say all of them.
Okay, that's so awesome. You might be my sister from a different mister.
We might.
We're just so alike. And it's just been so amazing to have you today, Loubna. Thank you so much for just staying up late and making it happen for us. And I look forward to connecting with you in the future. I know that we're going to journey through this life together in magnificent ways. So you take care. Remember, gritty is the new strong. Gritty is the new pretty. And, we're going to fall down, but we're going to keep gritting back up. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Lynn, thank you for having me. It's been amazing.
Oh, you're so welcome.